what kind of training they have to do personally to be in shape, because clearly it's not always easy to pedal these things. So Ashton, what did you do to prepare for this?
To prepare, I mainly went to the gym with my friends, and we did like the bikes, and we did a lot of cardio, and then also we prepared at school too. We would stay after, and we made our own little kind of a course. It's shorter than this, obviously, and we would train on that too.
All right, Sadiq, what about you?
Personally, I do a lot of running anyway, so I just kept that same training regimen pretty much, and then added a lot of elliptical work.
All right, now let's get a look at their rovers. So this right here, if you can see, is for the samples for one of the obstacles. Now, do you guys plan to go get those samples, or is that one that you're going to is that one you're going to bypass like a lot of other teams have?
We plan to hit the solid sample one, and on the way back, we plan to hit the liquid sample. It just depends on time. Those are the two tasks that we plan on doing today.
Okay, now what obstacles are you absolutely bypassing to save yourself some time and energy?
We are absolutely bypassing the lunar crater, just because we feel like it's really hard for our vehicle, especially with this time crunch. A lot of vehicles have not been able to finish in time, which is the most important aspect.
Speaking of the time crunch, 6 minutes with that 7th extra minute. I ask every team this. How are you feeling about that? Is it making you nervous, or you think, no, we got this?
It is making us nervous, but I think we have a good enough strategy where we should make it back in time.
All right, guys, look out for Escambia on the Rover Trail. They're getting ready to go, but for now, we're going to check on the other team with Brian and Morgan.
Yeah, Terrazina's still making their way through the course. They are bypassing the lunar crater, which we just heard from Escambia is going to be their choice as well. It looks like they may be having some okay, now they're going to the side incline. They make it up on the incline. It looks like that front wheel has come off and over, so both racers are off, and they are going to push through this obstacle. And they're going to pick it up. That was a pretty intense slide off the side there. You can see there's about a 2x6 board there, so to get up and over that is pretty difficult. Now, of course, these rovers are designed to be driven while sitting, so it's a little more difficult to drive and steer when they're not sitting. So Escambia is now off. We've seen the LSU Tigers. We've seen the Auburn Tigers, and now we have a team from Florida that happens to be the Gators. And here to talk about the Escambia High School Rover is Will. Morgan and Will, take it away.
How are you doing today, Will?
I'm doing pretty good.
So you said your school has been here for the last 4 years, but this is your first time here. What's been your favorite part of Rover Challenge so far?
It is being able to find all the new experiences and being able to see all the different ways that the teams have been able to overcome these obstacles.
Now tell me a little bit about your responsibility with the Rover.
All right, so I'm captain of the drivetrain team, so I have everything to do with everything that makes it go forward.
Do you have any particular obstacles that y'all are going to try to dodge today?
Today we're thinking about dodging the linear gully and the sand pit on the Martian terrain, as well as the lunar.
Escambia is making great time. They're over the butt and under the butte in over a minute, and they're going to bypass obstacles 5 and 6. They are making great time.
Will, does your Rover have a nickname?
No, ma'am, we never got that far with it.
That's okay.
Too busy making a fast Rover that is tearing up this course right now. It doesn't need a nickname. We'll get that on the back end. Will, tell us a little about these wheels. They are very interesting.
All right, so the rims are made from foam and garolite hub and covered in carbon fiber with the flange being denim covered in epoxy, which is bolted to the inner rim and the outer rim. The tread itself we changed from last year. We have a more all-terrain tread compared to last year where it was more just chevron flat, more like a street tire. And we used a 2-part polyurethane compound which hardened into a rubber mixture, and we put it onto the outer rim using a urethane mixture as well as carbon fiber strands covered in epoxy around a groove on the outside of the tread.
Escambia is still tearing up the course. We lost visual on them, but they were making really great time. 2 minutes and 24 seconds into it, and it looks like they're coming up on obstacle number 13. They're going to set one of the best times of the day.
That's right, Brian. Well, do you have anybody in particular that y'all like to thank for having you here today?
I would just like to thank our mentor, Mr. Dean, and all of our sponsors, ASM, Hoover Engineering, and the Venuelos Medical Foundation.
With a little time to spare on the clock, Escambia Gators have decided to take a break. Stop at task number 5. They're going to collect these liquid samples. Of course, task number 5 is worth 10 points. That's all about collecting it, keeping them safe, keeping them stored, and presenting them to the judge uncontaminated at the end. So here we are, right about 3 minutes, so they still have plenty of time. They only have 2 obstacles left, and they are just making phenomenal time. So, actually, here we go, they're over the second to last obstacle. They're coming down to obstacle number 14, which will be the undulating hills. I can actually see them here over my shoulder, and they are absolutely tearing up the clock. And here we go. They are over the finish line. No problems, it seems like. This seems like a flawless run under 4 minutes. What a spectacular excursion for the Escambia High School Gators. All right, we have an open course, so now let's throw it down.